You're watching the award-winning GHS-TV, a nationally recognized student television station.
Welcome to Inspiring Leaders. I'm Donna Chandler Newman, your host, and thank you for watching our program. Through this show, we meet community leaders and we examine how they're using their unique talents and skill sets to make a difference. And through our discussions, we hope to inspire others to discover and to share their own leadership abilities for the overall betterment of our community. Now, today on our show, we'll focus on Dress for Success Memphis. Now, you may think of this organization as the group who helps outfit women for job interviews, and they do. But they're oh so much more than simply a new outfit. Professional attire, interview techniques, new job skills, career development tools, and even confidence boosting are all a part of the package that Dress for Success delivers, and we all benefit from their many successes. In this first portion of our show, we'll meet Rhonda Treadwell, Executive Director for Dress for Success Memphis, and Teresa Cheeks Wilson, Impact Ambassador and Advisory Committee member for the organization. In the second segment, Rhonda and I will be joined by Katrina Kimball, a Global Ambassador of the national organization and herself a beneficiary of the program. Ladies, I'm so happy to see you.
It's good to see you as well.
Thank you so much for being here today. And Teresa, it's nice to meet you. Rhonda's been with us several times before, and I'm glad to see you back. Yeah. In fact, I believe that we're celebrating 7 years for you as Executive Director of the program, right?
You're absolutely correct. It's been 7 years, believe it or not, since I retired and lost my mind and went back to work.
Well, you know, we all need a reason to get up in the morning,
yes,
and you certainly do a great job when you do get up.
Thank you.
You know, this is not the only anniversary that Dress for Success is celebrating this year. You're celebrating
right.
25 years in the community.
Yes,
is that right?
Yes, this is our 25th anniversary.
Well,
and we're so very proud of that, yeah.
Well, I'm proud for you, and congratulations on that. Tell me this, how did the organization start, and how did you get where you are?
Well, number one, I have to give this credit and make it public. In 1998, Janelle Ray and Ann Jones co-founded the Clothes Closet, which was established by Idlewild Presbyterian Church in Miffa. And by 1999, they established the Dress for Success Memphis affiliate with Dress for Success Worldwide.
Gotcha.
So I had to make sure, you know, all of our, you know, we always recognize Ann Jones as our founder, but it was co-founded by Janelle and Ann.
Well, that's wonderful. And you are part of a global organization.
Worldwide.
How many affiliates?
141 affiliates in 20 countries now.
Oh my gracious.
Yes.
20 countries.
We have a new CEO, Michelle Myers-Ship, and she's very dynamic. Whole concept of workforce development, enhancing women towards, you know, economic independence. Each territory is different. So, of course, we're Dress for Success Memphis. I recall in 2017 when I went to my first leadership conference, they said our mission was to go back to our communities and determine what the needs were. So that's what I did, and that's what we've established here in Memphis.
You know, that's a very great feeling that they are aware that things are different in various parts of the country. Well, now, Teresa, I'm so glad you're with us today. You are a volunteer for Dress for Success and an Impact Ambassador and on the advisory board, right?
Yes, yes I am.
Well, tell me this, there are about 1 billion ways to invest your time in this city. There's so many nonprofits. Why is Dress for Success important to you?
Well, first of all, I like working with women. And if I'm able to help, you know, another woman feel good about herself or see the greatness in herself, hey, that's right up my alley. So with Dress for Success, I wanted to get involved years ago, but it never happened. Katrina Kimball is a friend of mine, and I'm so proud of her too. She was involved with Dress for Success, and she introduced me to Rhonda. Last year, I retired, and I truly became involved with Dress for Success. So, you know, just helping Rhonda and the organization, you know, fulfill their mission, you know, and it's it's focused on women, helping women, women who are able to help their, not only their families, but their communities in which they live in.
Gotcha.
Yes.
There's an official mission for Dress for Success. We
Yes.
feel like we know what it does, but what's the official mission, Rhonda?
The official mission for Dress for Success Memphis is to empower women towards economic independence. And we do that through basically providing them a network of support, professional attire, as they strive and work in life. So those confidence boosts, we provide them attire for their interviews as well as for when they become employed. And what we've done in Memphis, which is somewhat unique, we've extended towards this whole concept of critical needs employment gear. Memphis is a logistics warehouse distribution hub. So if you get hired at FedEx or one of the logistical companies, we provide the skid-proof shoes and work pants that are required. 9 times out of 10, the company will provide them a sweater or t-shirt or whatever logo of the company, but we also provide them a $25 gift card because it takes money to make money, so they can pay for food or gas as they're transitioning to their new job.
That's an interesting point. I would think that there aren't many people who donate those work boots. So
well, we do. We purchase them.
Yeah, okay.
We beg a lot.
Basically, it's important to
Yes.
give you all more than clothes.
Yes.
It's important to give you money because you do have to purchase those things.
Yes, we do.
Is that right?
That's correct.
So-
The concept, my mentor, the affiliate executive director in Cleveland, this is Rhonda, it was during COVID. People were cleaning out their closets because they were at home. And she said, Rhonda, they're cleaning out their closets. You're helping them. Ask for $10 or $20. Put it into this pot of money, and that's how we can assist our clients as they're transitioning back to work. So that's why we define the critical needs employment gear.
Well, that's perfect, isn't it?
Yeah.
I would think that it's fun to dress people to go to work,
Yes.
not with the work boots, but
Right.
but they have to have those things in order to go to work, and that's
Right.
good. But tell me, I think that do you have a program called Sip and
Shop.
Shop? Tell me
Yes.
about that program, because you run that program, don't you?
Well, actually, it's a fundraiser. It's a fundraiser. And what we're really trying to do is not just get women to come and shop, but get them in the facility to tour it. And also, Rhonda's there. She can give her spiel about all the programs and all the great things that Dress for Success Memphis is doing. So you can come and maybe have a sip, but shop, but find out what's going on in Memphis, how we're impacting women to be their best and achieve economic independence.
Do you raise much money from this?
Well, great example. We had one volunteer. She had a birthday party there. And she just invited maybe about 6 of her friends. And I think we raised about $1,400.
Oh my gracious.
And that was pretty good for one Saturday in a few hours.
Well, that's really wonderful, and that's a wonderful idea for someone to do, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
That's good. So that's a huge impact on somebody's life, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
It is.
So tell me this. What kind of impact? You're the impact ambassador, or one of the impact ambassadors.
Yes.
What kind of impact does Dress for Success have in Memphis?
Well, it's just, I would have to say, even with Katrina's story, how she became the global ambassador and how she's been through the programs twice, and she's a great, I'm proud of her. She's a great influence on other women, and she's able to, share her story. And that's a testimony to other women that, I may have been at one point, but look at where I am now. So just impacting women to know that there is greatness in you, and if I can do it, you can do it too. So that's the kind of impact that we're having in the community.
So I can see that on clients and on their families.
Yes.
What impact does Dress for Success have on businesses and the community at large?
Well, we're part of the workforce development phase of Memphis. The basics as far as allowing individuals to do the best that they can and enhance whatever skills that they may have. For instance, our on-site career center, we have curriculum that was given to us by FedEx called e-learning. So an individual, and we can work with employers too, an individual may need some skills as far as customer service training.
Yes.
That's one of my major things, because that's an issue right now. They can come in, sit down at the computer, it's completely self-paced. If they score 80% or higher, Donna, then we provide them a certificate that can go along with their portfolio. And there are actually 176 modules that are engaged in this e-learning component, the package that we have on site.
Oh my gracious. So
Yes.
you can come in there. Do you make an appointment or how do you do
All
that?
you have to do is call. We normally do it on Wednesdays. And again, everything that we do at Dress for Success Memphis is completely free for any female 16 years or older.
Ah.
So just call, set an appointment. We can sit you down at the computer. We can devise a prescription per se. It might be a list of things that you want to upskill yourself on, or whatever the case may be. If it's a business or a company that may have an employee that's still a little rough around the edges, send them to us. We can work with them. So we're more than just a suit of clothing. We define what we do at Dress for Success Memphis as essential skills training and soft skills training, because 9 times out of 10, a person's already been through job readiness training. So it's those gray areas. It's actually sitting down, talking to the person, and evaluating what they really want to do and what they can do, and meshing those two together, design a plan so they can be the best employee, can market themselves as best as they can, and be a productive tax-paying citizen.
You know, that's good for businesses, that's good for the
Yes.
community. You know, it strikes me that that's very individualized, and since it is, it takes money to run it. Tell me about your program called Power of 25.
Okay, so because this is our 25th anniversary, one of our past board members, I love her to death, Hazel Burke, she retired from FedEx, and every year she and her family, in lieu of Christmas gifts, they pool their funds together and they donate to Dress for Success Memphis along with her husband's church. They give us a check every year. Well, this year she said, Rhonda, this is your 25th anniversary. I'm going to donate $25, and I'm going to identify 5 other people to donate $25. And then I'm going to ask them to identify people to donate $25. It's all towards this whole concept, you know, nonprofits, our sustainability. So this is our campaign that we'll be running throughout the next 5 years for people to get engaged by donating $25. Not just the donation of the $25. It's vitally important to me personally, as Teresa has alluded to. We need individuals to come to the facility and see exactly what we do.
And it raises your visibility all around.
Exactly.
So I'm going to consider that a personal challenge
Thank
myself, and I hope our audience will as well.
Thank you.
But I will absolutely do that. I'll give you a $25 check today, and
Thank you.
find my 5 friends who will also mail that in and get them to start the tree going.
Thoroughly appreciate that.
Thank you guys for
Awesome.
everything that you do for our organization, or for your organization. I feel like it's mine. I love this organization very much, and I think you do great work. Thank you so much for everything that you do.
Thank you.
Now, Rhonda, will you stay with us a few minutes?
I will.
Okay, we're going to meet your friend, Katrina. We're going to pause now for a short break, and when we return, Dress for Success Memphis Executive Director Rhonda Treadwell and I will be joined by Katrina Kimball, Global Ambassador for Dress for Success.
You're watching the award-winning GHS-TV, a nationally recognized student television station.
Hello, and welcome to another season of Red Devil Postgame.
So GHS-TV tries to model a real working station.
I really thought it was cool when I first started studio and all the opportunities that it was able to provide for me.
That would be 36 out of 36.
It's a rigorous class that demands a lot from students.
At times you are going to be thrown into the fire to where you're just going to have to figure it out yourself.
Which is really great because then we gain more knowledge. Our teachers will give us how to start, but then we're left to make up the whole entire process.
It just seems to me it's not enough space in the beginning. If it's not, let's figure out what we can do.
They can be a producer, they can be a director, they can work graphics and learn audio, they can go out and shoot field reports.
Akila back to you.
And it's a challenge to throw them into the environment and say, here's a camera, go out and record this interview and some B-roll. But those are the challenges that grow students to do bigger projects.
Welcome to Red Devil Newsbeat.
In GHS-TV, we have a variety of shows. We have Crosstalk.
Hello and welcome to GHS-TV's award-winning talk show, Crosstalk.
We have Insider, which is all about Germantown.
Hello and welcome to GHS Insider, the show that's all about the G.
Some things that I've learned from this class is that how to work as a team.
We learn how to communicate better with people.
Something I'll take with me from in the future is their slogan, check, double check, and check again.
There's so many different things you can do here. I would say take risks. Push yourself further than you think you can go, and we will help guide you there.
Go Red Devils!
For more information about the Kappa program, visit ghskappa.com or call 755-7775. You're watching the award-winning GHS-TV, a nationally recognized student television station.
Welcome back. I'm your host, Donna Chandler Newman, and you are watching Inspiring Leaders. Our topic today is Dress for Success Memphis. We're pleased to continue talking with Executive Director Rhonda Treadwell and to be joined by Global Ambassador Katrina Kimball. Thank you for staying with us, Rhonda, and welcome, Katrina.
Thank you so much. I appreciate this opportunity.
Well, it's a real pleasure to meet you in person. We during our last segment, you were mentioned a number of times in very good stead, by the way. So you apparently have quite the history with Dress for Success. Tell us how you first became aware of them and your association.
Well, you know, when Rhonda was talking about when it formed, I got connected with Dress for Success before it was Dress for Success. When I moved to Memphis after going through a divorce, I was restarting, and I actually went to Idlewild Church. I was sent there by a staffing agency. I got interviewed for a position, but I didn't have professional attire. And so they said, there's a church that will help you get some clothes. And so I went there. Also, when they actually formed Dress for Success, I went through the secretarial program they had and the customer service program. So I had 2 certificates through Dress for Success. And I went to school, started working, and I was very fortunate that I had women around me to invest in me. The one thing I would say Dress for Success gave me was a community of professional women that could see, yeah, you are a diamond in the rough, but you really have something to offer and we want to support you. And so I came back and started volunteering. And then 2008 happened. The housing market crashed.
Oh, yeah.
I got downsized again. So my background was in human resources. Well, nobody needed anybody in human resources because they was laying everybody off. And so I went back to my community at Dress for Success, and they helped me to understand that it was not about where I worked. It was about the skills that I had. And they helped me to understand the importance of branding myself. And so it really shifted my mindset about how I saw myself and to understand that I have tools, skills, gifts, and abilities that I can offer any organization. I just had to shift how I saw myself.
That is a wonderful lesson, and that is a lifelong lesson for actually all of us, that branding is important. And you know, it took me forever to learn that too. I hope our younger people are learning that as they come along, and they probably are doing better at it than we did as youngsters. So
I know when we have clients come in, that's part of our training with them. Yes. You know, we don't just give you a nice attire or get you set up for an interview. We talk about, you know, how are you speaking to yourself? What's your mindset? Are you mindful of the things you talk about yourself? It's not about where you are, it's truly about where you have the drive to go. And that's the thing I think is a great jewel about Dress for Success that people don't understand is that, yeah, we are so much more than suits, because we are helping you discover not just having a job, but how to have a career.
And you know, it's no longer like it wasn't even like this through my career. People don't stay in the same job and in the same company forever.
Yeah. No.
They move around, so that's why branding and these job development and are all important.
Absolutely. I know for myself personally, my last 3 jobs, I was downsized. I didn't leave because I wanted to. The industry changed. Technology changed my job. And so every time I turn around, I always go back to my community and say, hey, can you help me get through this rough patch?
And it is the community. In fact, you call it the Professional Women's Group. Is that right?
Professional Women's Group.
Is that really an organized group?
Yes, it is. And different affiliates call it different things, powerful women or whatever the case may be, but the concept is individuals just as Katrina, if they've gone through the program, that's a part of that networking. So I always use the scenario, well, you've been hired, this is maybe your first time working after a long period of time, you got kids and trying to balance a checkbook or whatever the case may be. So you sit down and have a conversation. Well, they hired me as a secretary, but they want me to empty the trash. Well, let's sit down and talk about those types of things. It's that transitioning into working. So therefore, that's a part of the networking aspect of it, and the reinforcement and enhancement as far as helping people understand. Going back to the whole concept of branding, we have a presentation that we do. It's a PowerPoint presentation that's done for adults and youth called First Impressions and Branding. And we go through those basic type things because, as you well know, a lot of stuff has been taken out of the high schools.
It has.
And so therefore, my background is workforce development and youth development. So again, in developing Dress for Success in Memphis, these are the types of strategies I try to incorporate as we're working with adults and youth so that we can fill those gaps. Again, those essential skills and filling those gray areas. Yeah.
Well, that's good. Well, okay, so again, it's a global organization.
Yes.
So you are a global ambassador, right? Tell us about how that happened and what that means and what it involves.
Well, first of all, I was in shock because when you talk about being nominated, so every affiliate had the opportunity to nominate someone.
And so you nominated
Absolutely.
Katrina.
Yes,
Absolutely.
and that includes worldwide. And so what they did was they narrowed it down and they selected only 40 women.
Out of 141.
Out of 141 affiliates, they only selected 40 of us.
Oh my gosh.
And our role as global ambassadors is doing what I'm doing today, going out sharing how Dress for Success is changing the lives of not only women but our community, and to foster those relationships and open doors so that we can connect with organizations that can support the work that we're doing. And the thing I think that really shocked me the most is that we had a great opportunity back in September. We had the Women Who Inspire luncheon in New York City. So I had an opportunity to go to New York City to represent my city and my family in New York City at the Global Ambassador Luncheon, and I was the keynote speaker. So out of the 40 women that came to the luncheon, I was the one chosen to share my story about how Dress for Success has changed my personal and professional life, and also how they've supported me in my journey of being a caregiver from my mom and continuing to grow in my career. So being a global ambassador is, I can't even describe it. It's like to think that the granddaughter of my grandparents who were sharecroppers in Mississippi that never got to travel, and my mom who's 92 years old that never got to travel, to be able to go to New York and stand there and represent my city and represent my family, it's a life-changing experience, and I will never, ever forget it.
I would think that's true. How proud were you, Rhonda?
Extremely proud.
Yeah.
Extremely proud.
Barely able to contain yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Katrina's just fantastic individual. You know, I'm sitting in my office and one day she comes in, and that's the wonderful thing about Dress for Success Memphis. Individuals who have been through the program, because I was new.
Yeah, she was new, and I wanted to meet her. I was like, who's the new director?
Yes, and I've had Joyce Cowles. There's been so many individuals. Maya, you met Maya the last time, because I'm sitting in my office and they say, oh, I've been through the program. What can we do to help? What can, you know, this is my situation, or whatever the case may be. Again, it's all a part of that networking.
Yes.
We're here for women that truly want to help themselves.
Yes, that's exactly. I'm really happy to hear that. And this is not, Global Ambassador is not a job either.
No,
because I had the impression that it was. That's also a volunteer position.
No, everything I do with Dress for Success is a volunteer, and
You have a job, though. You are.
I do have a full-time job.
You head up the Alzheimer's Association.
Well, I'm one of the managers there, but I wanted to piggyback to the Globe Ambassador just a second. I think one of our strongest messages that we share is that women are looking for a hand up, not a hand out.
Exactly. That's a really inspiring.
Because for some reason there's this stigma in this myth in the community that we only work with the disenfranchised or the underserved women. Right. No, we work with college students that have just graduated that's looking for their first career attire. Like myself, I've had to go back through the program, after being downsized and going back and getting some additional training and, like I said, the rebranding. So we don't just work with, you're just getting your first job. We work with women that are transitioning, women that maybe are getting ready you're getting ready to start your own business. Right. We're just there to support you.
Now, when I think about this, the benefit for the community at large, for you all producing tax-paying citizens, is enormous.
Yes.
What can we do as a community to help you?
Of course, for Success. Always donations, financial donations. But let me go back to, I'm going to gear in the program in a little bit. We have an on-site career center. And I've discussed that before about the curriculum that we have, individuals that need additional skills and understanding, whatever age, the computers or whatever the case may be in technology. Yeah. Then we have an online career center. That's where individuals can come in and assist us with our virtual workshops. Every third week of the month, Donna, we put on virtual workshops.
So basically, because I know they're telling me I have to wrap, but as a community, what we can do for you is volunteer for the workshops.
Yes.
We can give money.
Absolutely.
We can tour your facility.
Absolutely.
And we can appreciate what it is that you do.
And remember the power of 25.
Yep. The power of 25.
That's our campaign.
Absolutely.
And our goal is to maintain, we've been here for 25 years, and my vision is to ensure that this program will remain for another 25 years,
and
completely
free
to women. Absolutely.
And then some.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you all so much for everything you do for our community. This is important to the Mid-South, to the city of Memphis, and we thank you for your hard work.
Thank you.
And thank you for being with us today for Inspiring Leaders. We appreciate our guests on today's show, Rhonda Treadwell, Katrina Kimball, and Teresa Cheeks Wilson, all with Dress for Success Memphis. Our community benefits greatly from their work, and so please remember to support Dress for Success Memphis with your volunteer hours as well as your financial gifts. If you'd like to donate or to get further information on Dress for Success Memphis, their website is memphis.dressforsuccess.org. memphis.dressforsuccess.org. If you're interested in the air dates of Inspiring Leaders or for the station's complete programming information, visit GHS-TV.org, where we're streaming live 24 hours a day. You can keep up with GHS-TV by visiting our website. We hope you'll like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. Thank you for joining us. Be sure and watch our show, Inspiring Leaders, again next month.